And it occurs to me, we're talking today about abundance thinking. We're talking about, later on, you'll hear something about I think, our fifth campaign that's underway and almost to a close. You're going to hear so much about generosity and goodness and making things possible. And as we're talking about it, it occurs to me that we are in the Walt Lawrence Stephen Lewis Center for Worship and the Arts, and Stephen Lewis is in the room today. So would you please welcome our benefactor from all the way back. And of course, we work, our offices are in the Sinelli La Puma building, and it is my sad duty to say that Dr. Peter Sinelli recently passed away. So yes, another generous member of our community that made so many things possible. So you'll see his name on a couple things, including a building. And so they're just on my mind today. People who are doing it today are standing on the shoulders of people who did it before. And I just think that's important to remember. As you know, we have a performing arts series that I think is an absolutely awesome ministry. That's one of the things that is made possible here, one of the things that is done here. And I think after several years of it, people are really starting to get that it's a ministry. People used to pull me all the time, my colleagues, on, that's great that that's going so well and so successful, but, the Bible. And, that's great that you have all these people, but, Jesus. And it's great that all this great stuff is happening, but, the sacraments. And I said, you're placing an either or where we have a both and. And so, but I think they're starting to get it. I think they're starting to see the fruits of it. And I have so much fun explaining to the performers, to the talent, why we are having them at Sunshine Cathedral. Last year we had a comic come, and he thought he had been invited to a venue ironically called Sunshine Cathedral. He thought it was a club. And when he got here and the club had a steeple, he started to panic. Got his head around it pretty soon and had a great time. But I love telling them, no, we're not trying to convert you. We don't even want you to change your act. We invited you because we knew your act and we liked it. We thought it was uplifting. We thought it was funny. We thought it was positive. We thought it was something our community would enjoy. Most of these performers are LGBT, and those that aren't are firm and out loud allies. And so it is important to have these voices and to bring them together, to bring them into our space. And I explained that while worship is important to us, there are lots of ways to experience worship. And we want to be a cathedral for the entire community and beyond, not just those who like to worship on Sunday morning or who like to worship in person on Sunday morning. We like those that come to the room, God bless you. We like those that come online, God bless you. And we like those who come to things other than Sunday, God bless you. It's a 7-day-a-week church. And so whatever you hook into, that's right for you, and we celebrate. And so those who want to worship are encouraged to join us on Sundays. Come on, we love having you here. But some people are skeptical about worship because they've had bad experiences of it. It was abusive, or it was anti-intellectual, or it was irrelevant, or it was cruel, or it was so dated as to not have much meaning for the language of today and the way people live their lives today. And so one way or another, people found that they didn't enjoy worship. But almost to a person, they like to laugh, and they like music, and they like high drag, which is one of the sacraments here at Sunshine Cathedral. They like storytellers and dancers and acrobats, especially when they're naked, like they have been at Sunshine Cathedral. And they can experience all of that right here. And while they are here, they will be affirmed for who they are. They will experience joyful community, and they will be able to tap into the life-giving magic of the arts. It is in itself a spiritual experience, something that ushers people into a divine encounter and experiencing the God in each other, in one another. And some people will only come to one thing, they won't come to another. So if that's where you encounter God in that person, that made this a holy moment. I'm so proud that we offer this alternative, or perhaps I should say parallel, route to spiritual community. Whether people are gathering to work steps and support one another on the road to sobriety, as about 4 groups were doing last night during a show that was going on in here, or whether they are gathering for a show, or they are gathering to distribute or receive food on Wednesdays, as was happening with over 1,000 people last week, or they are joining online for prayer and worship, as I forget how many millions was in the annual report, but in the multiple millions who have done that just last year. Or if they are gathering in person on a Sunday, and I believe next Sunday they'll be doing it an hour earlier. Is that the Sunday? Yes. Check me out, I'm making it up, but I think that's right. And so I hold each of these, all of these experiences, all these ways of coming together, all of these ways of beholding the divine in one another, all these ways of helping each other, all these ways of celebrating life. I hold each of them in high and pretty much equal regard. And some of these gatherings make the other gatherings possible. This different kind of church offers ministry in different kinds of ways. It's about sharing love with as many people as possible in as many ways as possible. Love is the message, love is the ministry, love is the goal. Melinda Kramer, the founder of Divine Science, the philosophy that is so central to my own spirituality, wrote, "Love one another." Why? Because you are love, and because you are one another. God is love. Your love is not only God's love, but it is God. And if that sounds a little strange or new to you, I will point out that Jesus said that the greatest commandment was to love your neighbor as yourself. Love God and love your neighbor as yourself. That doesn't mean love yourself and then love your neighbor as much, though that's good advice. No, in the theology of his comment, love God and then love your neighbor as yourself. Why? Because your neighbor is yourself. Love your neighbor as if they're you, because they are, because we're all in God, all part of God. So you love God and you love all of God's people, which is all people. You love your neighbor as if they're you. Love your neighbor as yourself. That's how important love is. That's why Jesus said it was the main commandment, the only one really. Affirming love to help people live more joyful lives, that's our ministry. And we go about it in many ways. When you support Sunshine Cathedral, when you support our various campaigns, when you attend the events, when you like us on social media or share our post, when you tell people about this different kind of church, you are making spiritual community possible for more people than you can ever imagine or will ever personally encounter. My clarion call to you is this: please bless with love and gratitude all that we do at Sunshine Cathedral. It's a lot. It's 7 days a week. Bless those efforts. Bless those programs. Bless those attempts to reach out. Just bless them with your words, with your love, with your appreciation, with your gratitude. And all the while, keep in mind our big picture. The world has changed and is changing. We are changing with it. We're responding to it in new and different ways all the time, but always with the same goal and vision in mind, the big picture, which is sharing love with a world that is starving for love. Amen.